You're listening to 91 Reasons, a journey into the twisted landscape of pop culture. Keep your hands and arms inside the podcast at all times. And now, the voice, Jeff Tucker.
Well, if you've been listening to the show any length of time, you know that last year we went to Las Vegas and we said we were never going back because it wasn't really family friendly. It had devolved into, awfulness everywhere you go, blah, blah, blah. All the good stuff's been torn out. But a funny thing happened. We were at the LA County Fair and Rachel got sucked into a sales pitch. Remember that, Rachel?
Yes, I do.
Welcome to 91 Reasons. I am Jeff. I am joined by the entire Tucker family here.
Josie.
Rachel.
Austin. Luna.
Say it again.
Austin.
There you go. And we're all sitting here after a long 4 days in Las Vegas, all because of Rachel stopped at a booth at the LA County Fair to we bought a vacation basically. It was a pretty good deal. It was 3 nights, 4 days at the Blue Green Resort, Club 36 in Las Vegas. What did it cost? Like $250?
It was really cheap.
It was
That's
really
why
cheap.
I was like, we'd be fools not to do it. We're going anyways.
We weren't going to go. We were going to go somewhere else. That was the plan.
But we always go to Vegas every year.
I know. That's why we were going to go somewhere
Vegas
else.
In 2016.
We were going to go somewhere else because last year was so lame. But I'm happy to report that we actually had a really good time this year.
I had a fabulous
It was fun.
time.
Yeah, we had a good time this year with a few bumps here and there, which we'll talk about. But, yeah, we got this $200 and change resort, not a hotel room, more like a little tiny condo and
It's a timeshare.
a timeshare. We were promised all these gifts we would get if we sat through their sales pitch, which... Oh my God!
It was supposed to be an hour and a half. It's just an hour and a half of your time, but
Yeah.
it was 2.5.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So we left Monday morning. We left about 8:30 in the morning. We gassed up. We hit the freeways. Totally forgot that Monday was a holiday, so there was no traffic. It was really weird. Like
Only on the other side of the freeway.
there was no traffic. The only time we saw traffic was when we really hit state line and we saw the traffic leaving Las Vegas for the weekend, from their weekend, and that was actually stopped. The traffic at state line was stopped, so those poor people, who knows what time they got home, but it was pretty bad. But along the way, of course, we had to hit this family's favorite ridiculous tourist spot, which is what, Austin?
Alien beef jerky.
We love it there.
What is the appeal of alien jerky?
They're promising us this sci-fi town, the hotel, the restaurants, I need to be there. It's very cool.
Baco is getting transformed into the ultimate alien fantasy world.
Yes.
It's
that's
not regular
so cool.
jerky. It's alien jerky.
Alien jerky. And Josie tried to figure out the alien toilet.
Yeah, they had you put the quarter in, and then something happened, but it was out of order, so we didn't know what happened.
And what-
we saw this huge sign.
What if you were an alien and you really had to go?
I don't know.
You'd be out of luck. And they even sell, they have every kind of beef jerky imaginable, but it's not cheap. It's very
it's
expensive. And they even have invisible jerky, which is what, Rachel?
It's an empty bag for $8 with nothing in it. You're just buying the bag.
I think it's
It's a gimmick.
$1.50. I think it's a gimmick.
It
It's
wasn't
just-
the regular price. It was
No,
like,
no.
all the other beef jerky with all the regular price.
That can't be the regular price.
Well,
There's nothing
some
in it.
People would pay money for a joke. I guess.
Now, they did have something new since we went last year. Do you remember what was new?
Yeah, in the parking lot.
In the-
Huge 30, 40 feet aliens. In the
Well,
parking lot.
they're not 30,
They're
40
huge.
feet. They're big aliens holding up spaceships.
Seriously, how big are they?
They're maybe 15 feet high. Well, they're up in the sky. They're on a pole. Are you counting the pole?
I'm counting the pole.
Well, then they're okay. If
Everything.
you're counting the pole, then maybe they're 30 feet.
Pole is new too. It's a whole structure.
And then out back, there's a big banner announcing all the stuff they're going to build. And if you peek behind the banner, you can see the construction, which is what, Austin?
Nothing.
A big dirt mound.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
But-
so depressing.
We wish this guy luck. We don't know him. We know him third party.
Yeah.
We know Claudio, who works at Warner
Claudio.
Brothers, who makes the alien props in there. And Claudio knows the guy who's putting
Claudio,
the...
find out for us. What's going on, man? I think there's a Kickstarter or something going on that it was on the back wall. We have to look into that.
Yeah, well, there was a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's
they...
still going, but
Well,
I would
it-
highly support that if it is.
We only get 30 days on your Kickstarter, so...
Oh.
But, yeah, it was good times. We didn't buy anything at the alien store.
We usually always do, but I think we were just anxious to get going. We didn't stay as long.
we ended up down the street at the country store because you wanted pictures on the mural.
I have a beautiful mural that, like, you could put your body up against the wall and you have angel wings and demon wings and plus the whole city. They even have, like, Disneyland painted on the wall. It's really random.
Yeah, and then inside they have all this crap. But it was fun inside. They carry a large selection of craft sodas, and they had Ozell, which is Brent and Robert's brand from the Disney birthplace. So I picked up a bottle of Ozell to support them, which was pretty cool.
I was very surprised because he doesn't drink soda. So
Yeah, you thought I was going to drink it. I'm just going to save
I
it.
was so happy.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't drink soda. So then we just decided to get into Vegas. There was one...
Oh, you already got us in Vegas?
No,
We
we're-
stopped at State Line.
You have to let me lead the show. You have to let me
I'm not
finish
good
the
at that.
sentence. I said we were on our way to Vegas, but there was a big speed bump called the Prim Outlet Mall.
Yes.
Which, for my taste, might be one of the worst places in the world to be.
I love that
It is a
place.
black hole of time.
No.
I love that mall.
There's
too.
nothing in there I want to buy.
Yes, there's amazing prices. Bath and Body Works is always 75% off. You can go over there and buy $2 lotions and body sprays. $2. Do you know how much you can get?
I wouldn't have any idea.
Always has an amazing sale, which is something for... This time I bought something for every single family member at Old Navy but myself. So aren't you glad I went in?
It was great. Old Navy.
I even got Renee's baby a gift. I got everybody a
You
gift.
bought Renee's baby more gifts than anyone on this
Little
trip.
things. It's been a while since I bought for a baby. I'm excited for her. First
Yeah.
babies
She
are
talked
exciting.
about baby shopping the whole way through.
Yes. that's
Baby
good.
shopping.
Yes.
Everywhere we went to.
It's going to be a while before I get to be a grandma, so I have to hold over with the friend's baby.
The Prim Outlet Mall is so old-fashioned, they even still have an arcade. That's how old it is. Now, remember, all this Vegas stuff is coming on the heels of the full, exhausting day at the Arcade Expo. So it's all sort of run together as one big, giant vacation.
They had a Converse store with half off everything.
Yes,
Even
they
if the
did.
Converse were on clearance, which almost every shoe in there was about $24 on sale, you got half off that. The whole family got Converse for $15 a pair.
Not
Oh.
me.
And they had fun, like stylish ones. I got leopard ones. You guys
I got Old Navy shoes,
Austin got
and they
like
were better.
rubber Converse. They're like really cool shoes.
Right, so then we headed out from the mall. It was very cold Monday. We decided to eat at State Line because it was
we'll
nearing
not talk
noon.
about that.
God.
And we stepped into the worst run Kentucky Fried Chicken I have ever been to in my life. I was shocked at how rude the employees were.
It was like 100 degrees
It was
in there.
100 degrees in there. And they just kept yelling at each other over water cups, right, Austin?
Yeah, the old lady was like, tell him no. Tell him no more water. Tell him no.
Tell them there's no more water cups. And the poor guy's like, these people want to get water. You tell them there's no more cups. So he just kept giving out cups, and they were just yelling at each other. And it was,
There was food
so.
on the ground.
There was it was filthy. I just wanted out. But you guys want this chicken, and Rachel got a burrito because it was a Taco Bell hybrid
That
thing.
was really good.
And we went over to Carl's Jr. where you were to eat, and you said, you've been in there so long. Families have come in, sat down,
Yeah.
eat, and left.
I thought you guys left me at State Line and went on to Vegas because I was.
Oh, no, I'd never
in
leave you
there
at the State Line.
Forever. And I didn't want to keep calling you because I was so low on battery because I'd used it on the whole road trip so far. So I couldn't, and there was nowhere to plug in. I walked that entire Carl's Jr.'s. I should have just asked the manager if I could plug in the back because I got hip to that on the trip. If you ask most restaurants now, because you're there and you're buying their stuff, they're gonna let you charge. And
well,
that worked out well.
I think we can say this. This was the first trip where we were not governed by the opening and closings of attractions or the location of things. Oh, it's too far. We can't find it. We were governed by Rachel's phone battery. Everywhere we went was a race against the clock to keep her phone from dying. What percent? It was almost like we were in our own version of 24, where her phone was going beep, boop.
I had
beep,
a wonderful power charger that Hindle got me for my birthday, like 2 birthdays ago. And it was amazing, and it lived a wonderful life, but it is dead now, rest in peace.
You actually killed a battery.
I know.
A rechargeable
Well,
battery.
They're supposed to last forever.
Do you know how much use a rechargeable battery is supposed to get before it dies?
I don't know, but
we had a funeral for it. It gave its life
Yeah,
in service.
But I still would run out of battery. I would normally go through my phone battery, the phone charger, fully charged again.
I know, but
and then
every
still be plugged in
leg of the trip was a race against time to find an outlet.
I need pictures.
And we'd go, "You guys ready to go?" And she'd go, "No, I'm only at so and so percent. We can't leave till I'm at so and so percent."
To get to the next place.
Oh my God.
It worked. And in all honesty, I needed those breaks.
Why don't you just get a camera, take all the pictures with the camera,
That's old school.
and then upload them at the end of the trip?
No, that's not fun. When I'm on Facebook and people are on vacation, I love following what they're doing each day or where they're at. Or like if they come home, sorry, Eugene, I'm uploading 400 pictures from my summer at Knott's or whatever. I don't even look. Who's going to stop and look at 200 pictures?
But you're the only one that's like that.
But if you're posting 10 every few hours, people are going to look.
But you're the one that's like that because our friend Doug said, "I didn't know you guys were in Victorville. Why you let us know?" And I was like, "Doug, have you been watching Facebook?"
Well, he obviously doesn't go on Facebook.
She's put up so many pictures of us, you could run them in sequence and watch us in a movie.
Facebook might have been having troubles because Colleen wrote me on day 3. She texted me and said, "Are you guys alive? Are you okay? Because I've seen nothing on Facebook today."
I said, "No, the only thing in danger of dying on this trip is Rachel's phone battery."
And I'm like, other people are commenting on pictures, Colleen, so they're up. And I guess her phone was just having trouble or something.
Well, it's just funny because cell phones came out as a way to keep in contact with each other. And now that they've become game, navigation, social, this and that and this and that, the batteries don't last. And you're basically, you have a corded phone. It is plugged into the wall so often.
Yep.
You have a corded phone.
I do.
That's crazy.
I just took it off right now for the first time today.
Corded phone.
Yep. And I
corded
lost
cell
10%
phone.
from the time I unplugged it till I walked in this room.
It's Vegas.
I don't know what happens to it.
Would you wear a hat that had a solar panel?
Yeah, invent it, please.
That
my
charged
God.
your phone?
If there's anyone
did I just come
out
up with $1
there
million idea?
that can find a way that your phones will forever be charged, like that.
What
would
about
be
a mirror jacket?
better than Post-its.
A mirror jacket covered
covered
with solar panels that powers your phone.
I'd wear that. What
You'd
if
wear
it's
it.
like a pocket that's solar panel? Because I've seen those where you lay your phone in the sun and it charges it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they had something like that, you could just put it in the pocket that has that.
Wow.
And you always keep it in that.
It's
pocket
just
out.
funny because
it's amazing.
You're like, "Oh my God, I'm at 12%,"
I just make my own. They sell those solar strips that you put like when you're at Stagecoach. You lay it on your blanket, you throw the phone on it, the sun's charging.
You're gonna wear it on your head.
Like on a vest or on a pocket or not on my head.
You should wear it on your head like Lobot.
I might. It's going to charge my phone that had a pocket.
Look at what we've become as a society. Describe to me the need to put the photos up every few minutes.
I'm a social person. So social media to me is perfect.
See, I don't have that
You're
compulsion.
Guys don't care about that kind of stuff. It's a girl thing.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would do. Because you're like, "I'm at 12%. What are you at?" I'm like, 86. I barely looked at my phone today.
Yeah, but you're kind of like, you don't really care what people are doing.
Well, no, I care about what I'm doing, and I don't feel the need to share that.
I do.
Hey, could you stop clomping around the room? What are you doing?
I have a cramp in my foot.
Austin has a cramp in his foot during the show,
Walk it out.
and he's jumping up and down, hopping mad like Gonzo.
I have commentary to give. Hold on.
Oh, he's in the room now. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, that was gregreat.
Okay, so I have commentary on that.
Next time, can you say, hey, I have a cramp. I'm about to jump up and down. Then we can all watch it. Because you just sort of started dancing.
It's kind of cool.
What's wrong with you? Do you have commentary about the cell phone argument?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead, please.
The entire trip, I kind of wanted to take pictures and upload what I was doing, but I only had my 3DS to use.
See?
So if you guys remember me during my trip, I would get out my 3DS, and it would take forever to load.
Yeah, your 3DS takes as long to boot up as my computer did in 98.
Yeah, it does. So I boot up the camera. It takes literally, no joke, 10 to 15 minutes to boot up.
Why would you just leave it on? Because you run the battery out.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are...
The camera app takes...
What happened to just living in the moment for the moment? What happened to that?
Let me explain. Because there were multiple parts of the trip where you guys would go off and do something, and I'd be all alone, and I would have no one to talk to. I have no phone to look at. We would just sit around the phone.
I don't remember any of these moments. I remember you in the backseat of the car every waking moment.
Like at Pro Bass Shop, I almost fell asleep.
I did fall asleep at Pro Bass Shop because the Bass Pro
And
Shop.
I have a picture of that.
The
See?
Bass Pro Shop is.
And everybody knew you all took a nap. Wasn't that nice?
The Bass Pro Shop to me is better than any sleeping pill or sleep aid.
Well, it's Disneyland.
Oh my god! I can't
Okay, we gotta
take
get to
it.
Vegas.
All right.
We got to Vegas.
No.
No.
So we
laundry to do.
We got to Vegas and we checked in. We found the Club 36. I was hoping we were going to stay at Club 33, but it's different. That's at
Much
Disneyland.
different.
So we got our room. What was the take on the room?
I liked the room if we were one or two people less. It was not a big enough room for a family of 5.
And they kept telling us it would be.
Yeah.
The woman at the fair.
The lady at the fair knew I didn't try we're a family of 4 and sneaking one in kind of crap like we normally have to do. But no, we told exactly the size of our family, the ages of our family, that these are practically grown adult children and they need space. And yeah.
That's the room we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
One bed, one
and not to rail on Club 36 or Blue Green, but it was interesting in that they don't have daily maid service.
No,
you have
I
to
didn't like that.
You have to request maid service. They don't make the beds. They don't restock things.
Take the trash out.
You have to call downstairs every time you need something.
I've never called the front desk as much as I had.
I am confused though. This is a premium
toilet paper, towels.
This is a premium time sale service that very rich people get to have. So why would anyone pay this ridiculous amount of time sale money to watch presentations, get no room service, get tinier rooms? I don't know what the upside.
Well, the room was definitely bigger than your average hotel room.
Yeah,
it was twice the size.
Was amazing.
Yeah, it was very
2 showers.
Very.
But half the beds.
It doesn't matter because I didn't get a bed. I don't care if the hotel room is nothing but a bed, but I want a bed, and there was no.
You
bed.
got a pull-out couch. I was the one on.
But for our family,
I was next to a dragon.
We did better last year at Excalibur with 2 adjoining rooms.
Oh yeah.
Because there were 4 beds. There were 2 beds. So it wasn't for us. If you're going to go to Blue Green Club 36 as a party with a bunch of people, you have to get multiple rooms.
Take a break. Take a drink.
I'm choking. It's got me all choked up. But again, that whole idea of calling downstairs every 5 minutes is just weird to me.
Yeah.
And then they call back. You weren't aware of the phone, but if you call down, because we had to call because the toilet wouldn't
I
flush.
called many times. I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
they call back. You don't know this. The phone was constantly flashing red, and it would say, "Hi, this is so and so. Just double checking on your thing." And I'm like, "Don't double check. Just get it done. No double checking. I don't want to talk to you any more than I have to. It's irritating." So we dropped all our stuff at the hotel room, and then we went out to do something for Rachel. What did we do?
We got a tattoo.
A tattoo of what? And why?
It's just in honor of Bowie, and it's a lightning bolt with Let's Dance.
And how did this come about?
I just really wanted something. His death affected me, and I just wanted something to show how much I loved him. And what a better place to get a tattoo than in Vegas. Great shop. Check it out. Revolt Tattoos. The very, very cleanly, very businesslike, very professional. They've only been open about a year. My tattoo artist is Eric. He's been there since day one opening. and they're just, the receptionist couldn't be more friendly. Walk-ins are fine. They will do appointments too, but their prices are really reasonable. The same tattoo on the strip would have been double what I paid, so I felt like it was a really good deal. And I love it.
And what's interesting about the tattoo shops, like you're saying, is that for a long time, tattoo shops were like, "How you doing? What can I get you?" But now that they know that everybody in Las Vegas is looking for that souvenir that's never going to go away, the tattoo. How many tattoo shops are there?
Thousands.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
So they do make them nice and clean, and they had magazines. I mean, Josie, what were you reading?
I was reading about science facts that they're just telling you the answers.
In the
And they had
lobby.
a really nice,
Yes.
clean lobby, lots of books and magazines, and the kids were able to come in and chill, and that was nice too.
Austin was looking to get his first tattoo.
No,
No?
never.
Luna, tattoo?
I don't know. Eventually.
That's a yes.
It's too painful, though.
Yeah, he's
I don't
kind of
know if I
wimpy.
feel
I
it.
don't know if he could do it.
If your mom can do it, come on.
Hello, I'm Wonder Woman.
And they had pictures of Darth Maul on the wall, right?
They did, which fits all tattoos.
A lot of Star Wars.
So I would never get a needle stuck in me. I don't know how these people
They
who
don't
get.
stick it in you. It's not like you're sewing in a sewing machine and needles are going up and down in your body, which is what people picture tattoos. It's a needle that grazes the skin. It's more like a scratch across the surface than a puncture. There's no puncturing.
People who get tattoos are brave people.
It's a vibrating pain. It's not a puncturing pain. And you get numb from the vibration and you don't even feel it after it gets started.
You know what?
It's the
What we'll
best
do?
way I can describe
I'll get a
tattoo.
needle and live on the show, we will scrape it across your skin and
No,
just a test.
That's
No.
actually a good way to explain that. Because if there's any cutters out there, not that I'm a cutter, but when I was 15, I had to have moths on my hand. So if you scratch with a needle a name into your skin, the way some teenagers do,
Oh God!
I was tattooing myself without ink, basically, before I ever had tattoos. So me getting tattoos was never a surprise or shocker. It just took time till I got money and grew up. And
If you're listening and you want to do this, please do not do this. Do not say I learned how to do this on 91 Reasons. Well, they told me to take a needle and scrap
You should
91
definitely
Reasons
pay
on my
that
hand.
Professionally, I was very lucky that I never got infections or anything weird ever came from my homemade tattoos.
We could do a whole show on tattoos because the lesson is don't get a tattoo of something you like at the moment. It has to last a while.
I tell people, when people come to me and say, when you're old, you're going to regret that little old lady with a naked chick on your arm or whatever. And I say, no, because that naked little old lady was a huge part of my life. She represents Betty Page, someone I love. And it's like a scrapbook. If you look at every tattoo on my body, I may not even be into that person anymore. Like I have Kevin Smith's autograph as my tramp stamp. Okay, I could care less about Kevin Smith. He's really changed a lot over the years. I always love Clerks. I mean, Marilyn knows that. Marilyn, Veronica. But anyways, it was a time of my life. At one time, Clerks was huge to me. Every actor in it, every part of the movie, and that is always forever on me now. That's a part of my life then. Just like Betty Page was my time of my life that I was into Betty Page. Every tattoo has a meaning. This one will always now be the day Bowie died. Represents that time period that we all mourn David Bowie. Whether I listen to his music every day the way I am right now because I'm so, in honor of him. And 5 years from now, I may hear a song once a year. But that's what happened at my time in my life at that moment. So I'm a scrapbook for my life, basically.
And that's why I have the Powerpuff Girls on my shoulder.
But if you were into
Is that-
Powerpuff Girls, I would get that. That's what your tattoo should be. You need to, before you get a tattoo, you need to think, will this one day, even if I'm not into this anymore, is someone that knew me before I died going to go, that meant something to her. She collected that. She loved that music. She was into that movie. That's a picture of a family member that meant a lot to her. Like, your tattoo should say that.
So-
and if they don't, then you're not getting the right tattoo.
If we were to look at Austin and go through his life
no.
and what tattoos he would have gotten, he would have
Greedo.
gotten Greedo, Shrek,
Yes.
Scooby-Doo,
Oh, NASCAR, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon, Max Rebo,
And now Homestuck.
CZ4, Homestuck,
Freddie
all his
Mercury and
manias.
And that would be, by the time he died, the scrapbook of his life. That's exactly what I'm saying.
He'd have a
That's what
sleeve
tattoos
of
should be.
the Sky Cabin.
How about
He would have the
no.
sky cabin. That's a for sure. Way too huge for your life, Austin.
No.
No.
And tattoos aren't for everyone, so that's good. Instead, do actual scrapbook.
I know, because
Take some pictures.
I walked in with the kids, and I could hear the guy ask you, does your husband have any tattoos? And you're like,
Yeah.
no.
I'm like, no, he's not the tattoo type. He's your businessman.
You-
He doesn't drink. He
And
doesn't
then
smoke. He doesn't do tattoos.
the artist walked up, and he's covered head to toe. Like, they go from his chest
Neck
all the
to
way
his
up
face,
to his
yeah.
mouth. And I looked at him, and I said, in all seriousness, I said, so do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, he did not.
He looked at
really get
me.
your humor. And
He
most
looked at
people
me
don't.
as if I had lobsters coming out of my ears. It was so funny. He just looked at me like, is this guy stupid? What's happening?
It would ruin cosplay for me. I couldn't do that. I don't want to mess up the costumes to tattoos.
There you go.
Well, see, and there's another thing. Star Wars. I didn't care about Star Wars for decades. Could care less. I got R2-D2 and Princess Leia on my back, and now that they come back with the new movie, because I am a fan of the new movie, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to rock my new tattoos again.
And you know what? We're actually looking into having your Princess Leia tattoo aged to look like her now.
I need Han Solo next.
And Solo. All right.
moving
Okay.
on. What did we do
So
after?
we begrudgingly had dinner at the place you guys seem to think is the greatest place on earth.
It is.
It is.
For fast food.
I don't get Raising Cane's.
It is.
Sitting there eating it,
I
I
think
was
you're a
like,
chicken person.
I could have a steak.
You're not. I was just gonna say you're not a finger food person. Any sort of hors d'oeuvres, fast food that you got to use your fingers for.
No.
It doesn't really cut it for you.
No.
I mean, we got like pizza somewhere, and you used a fork for that. You're just,
No,
that's just the type
he
you
used a
are.
fork for that.
Oh, okay, I'm like you're
Austin
just not a
did.
finger food person.
Because he said it was New York style.
And I wouldn't think Raising Cane's was that great if I was dipping it in barbecue sauce. If they were like every other fast food in the world, it's their sauce and their toast.
Their sauce is amazing.
Let me just say that I think the Raising Cane sauce is overrated and not that good.
Oh well, you're the only one.
But you still think it's gourmet chicken strips.
It is the
and they
most
have the
gourmet
crunchy,
chicken strips.
like wrinkle fries.
If
They have everything right, not just one thing. Everything. That's
it
why they're
basically
good.
what it does is it takes Wendy's garlic bread, makes it not Wendy's. It takes Denny's garlic bread, makes it better. Every restaurant's gourmet chicken strips and makes it better. And Del Taco's curly fries and makes it better.
Yeah,
So it's
I
everything you
agree.
could ask for. It's the best of every world. You got the delicious fries. You got the gourmet chicken
Plus,
strips
it's not
and the garlic
overate by
bread.
our family because, well, until recently, now that there's one in Costa Mesa, it wasn't even an option unless you went to Vegas.
We would go to Vegas
So,
just to go to Raising
yeah.
Cane's. I mean, garlic bread and gourmet chicken strips is all you really need in life. So
But it's not garlic bread.
Yeah, it's Texas toast, but it's not really garlic. There's no garlic involved.
Really?
It's just toast.
Well-
it's not a garlic flavor. Do you smell garlic? when you
yeah,
eat it?
yes.
No. It's
Maybe you
just
should
plain
shower
toast.
more often.
Well, it's better than garlic bread.
It is. It's really good.
Do I really
you
like
know.
Texas toast more than garlic bread? Huh. Maybe that's why that
I
generic
thought they were the
store-bought
same
garlic
thing.
bread tastes so
We're
bad.
you're learning something about yourself
I
right on the
thought
show.
they were the same
This is
thing.
fascinating.
Garlic
No garlic.
taste always leaves like a taste in your mouth after 2 hours later. You know you ate garlic bread still. Like that Texas toast doesn't do that to you, does it?
No.
No,
So
it's not garlic.
after Raising Cane's, we did something we'd never done before. We tried across the street from the Hard Rock Hotel.
Also across the street from my tattoo shop. So if you are looking for Revolt tattoos, it's right across the street from it.
Right across from Hard Rock Hotel, the Blacklight Kiss Mini Golf.
Yay!
Quite possibly one of the most bizarre attractions we've ever seen.
I loved it.
It was so much fun.
It's a full gift shop devoted to everything Kiss.
pretty much a museum.
Kiss
if you're a
costumes for
fan,
kids.
there's a lot of museum typey stuff to look at. I really don't care much for Kiss, but it was still fun to look at. Even if you're not a Kiss fan, I still enjoyed it.
And then we did 18 holes of Kiss Mini Golf under blacklight, where you have to hit the ball through Ace Frehley's shoe and Gene Simmons' hatchet axe guitar. I mean,
Tongue.
it's the
round
craziest
drums.
thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it was what, Monday night, and there were people in there. It was busy.
Yeah, even on a Monday night. So I would probably say a weekend would be really bad. If you could do it on a
We
weekday.
we caught up to the group in front of us, and the guy was
And
drunk.
it's just late at night. I mean, they're open till midnight.
He goes, "Why don't you guys play through? Because we're talking a lot."
He was very, very intoxicated.
What'd you think of Kiss Mini
I thought
Golf?
that group looked fun. I wanted to join them.
I liked it because my clothing looked pretty cool under the black light.
I also just like how he looked.
I mean, your shoes looked amazing in it.
My shoes did look bad.
Yeah.
I was wearing my new leopard Converse in the white in the leopard. Just highlighted beautifully under black light. Got to wear those to a club for sure.
So we played just to have fun. We didn't keep score. If we kept score, Austin's score would have been what? About 900?
Okay, Austin's weird though. He would get crazy, but then he'd get like a hole in one.
Yeah, he'd do a hole in one, and then
Or
he'd get
really good shots. Like he was really good. He just needed to channel it all to calm down a bit. I don't know what it was, but he was actually the best. I think if he just didn't go so crazy.
Yeah.
I was pretty bad, but then again, it was my first time playing golf.
You
so-
did good for a first time, Josie. You did real good.
To be honest, I really just wanted to get to the next course because, I mean, it was pretty all
the
to
next
look at.
picture was waiting for you. Yeah. I do love that Austin likes to take pictures of himself. He's my one I can always count on.
Well,
me, over here. Me.
It's all pretty to look at, but like I said, it's not my thing. I'm not a sports person, so...
This doesn't really count as sports, Austin. This is an extension of the arcade. This is as much a sport as foosball.
What's foosball?
That's where the little men are in the cabinet and the
That's
ball.
a sport. That counts as sports.
It is?
Yeah.
Where you spin the thing to make him
Yeah.
kick?
Yes.
Okay.
But arcade games are different.
You have a
Go on.
broad definition of the word sport. Air hockey?
Sport.
No. Oh my God.
But
air
arcade
hockey?
games are totally different.
Air hockey with a little disc, clink, 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 clink.
That's just
Sport
hockey.
makes me nervous.
It's called air hockey.
No, it's just called
Oh,
hockey.
yeah.
No, the playing field emits air, so the puck floats. Hence, air hockey.
The thing I liked
No,
about this,
the
though,
hockey
is...
on ice, so we did
No,
that
with a little where you do this on a table.
Oh, that
Hockey is a real sport. That's not the argument. Air hockey is air hockey a sport?
No.
No, you
It's just not a
you
big
think it
game.
is?
Yes.
Okay, what about claw machines?
That's not
No.
a sport.
Okay, well,
What
Well,
about skee ball?
skee ball. What's skee ball?
Where you take the little wood ball and you roll it up. to the
What's-
little-
That's a sport.
what's
No, it's
skee
not.
ball?
More interesting.
Okay,
I see. I knew there was a sport I liked.
Video games, they tell a story with it. They have a character. They have a setting. It's designed to create like a fictional world versus a sport where it's just like a ball and some things you do.
okay, that's a very interesting definition. We'll file that right next to gourmet
And
chicken strips.
I think that's why I've never really cared for sports. Is just people throwing a ball around on a blank field. Maybe if they were all running around in crazy costumes in a full like other planet with stuff happening.
Have you thought about watching wrestling?
No,
You're describing wrestling.
no, but wrestling's boring too because that's just weird buff men flexing every 2 seconds. It's like all naked and oiled up and whipped and buff.
What does that mean? I don't think I want to know.
Yeah. All right. So
Those guys like have so much muscles, it's creepy.
we went back to the hotel to go to bed in our lovely sleeping arrangements.
Oh, yeah.
And Rachel ended up on the floor.
With the couch cushions put together and a blanket wrapped over the top of them to hold them together as my makeshift bed. It was the worst 3 nights sleeping ever.
Yeah. So you were happy to get home last night.
Oh yeah, and look what I did. I went to bed and I didn't wake up till 9, which is unthinkable for me. So I needed that sleep.
Okay. So Tuesday we got up and we had to go to our Blue Green Resort
shoot me
not a
now.
timeshare presentation.
With our crazy chick.
2.5 hours of what was supposed to be easy, non-committal, no pressure
I didn't mind watching the
sales.
video, and the guy that gave the presentation, he was funny.
Yeah, that
and
was Barry.
entertaining. You know, that was not a problem. It was the one-on-one when we each had to pair up with our independent salesperson.
Yeah, they gave us each a rep.
We got a crazy loony chick. Like, we didn't even know her. We've spent, how long with her? An hour of our entire lives. And she told us, like, so much personal stuff.
Yeah, we learned about her brother who died of a drug overdose and how she looks at people's auras and reads
Oh, yeah,
crystals.
she was a wackadoodle-doo.
But you know, she was, and this is going to sound terrible, but she was a prime example of, you could tell, how old do you think she was? 35, 36?
Yeah.
you could tell one time she was probably very good looking, and a lot of people just said, "Oh, well, of course," and they sort of humored her. And
So you think when that stopped, that's when she went crazy?
no, I'm saying that she was always like that, but now she's stuck with nobody is going to play her reindeer game anymore, and now I was very strange. And when I found out she was trying to write a book, I just kept veering the conversation into that because I didn't want to talk. I wasn't going to buy anything that they had to sell. So I just wanted to get
Maybe
it.
that's her angle. Maybe she makes you feel so bad for her that you can't say no to buying her shit.
But she
Because
doesn't.
I felt guilty because of
Yeah,
it was
but
her.
I knew
her
she
story.
wasn't. She wasn't working on commission. I don't think.
Well, I think they get more for each person they sign up. I think they get
Yeah,
a bonus. I
but
think
that
they
would
get
be
some sort
tough.
of bonus
But it
if
would be
they sign
tough
up.
because you know that 99.8% of the people who roll through there are not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
If everybody who went through that program bought it, they would sell out within a few days.
Yeah.
It's a tough sell. They make you watch a video of all these people having the greatest vacations, and they're selling you this weird lifestyle that, of course, and I told them this, of course, everybody in the room would like to have. But everybody has to work. Who is this person that they're trying to sell to that has 8 weeks of vacation every year and the ability not only to have that time off, but to fly everywhere you need to go and pay for food and I mean, because
Rich people,
all this
obviously.
covers is lodging.
Yeah.
Everything else you got to pay for. So I'm just not certain because if you're independently wealthy enough for that, you don't need their service. You could go places and just get comped, especially in Vegas. So that was weird, and it was also weird. And you brought it up, like they bring you to Vegas for their sales pitch, and they do it with a plane going by every 45 seconds.
Oh yeah.
You're in the takeoff path of the
I would never
airport.
stay in that hotel.
Now,
It's much quieter when you get to. I told the second we checked in, I told the lady, "Oh my gosh, I just parked my car." And I thought the plane was going to land on my head. It was so loud.
Yeah,
She said, well, it just sounds that way, but it's much quieter in your room. But no, I heard those planes all night long.
let me say something really funny. Is I don't know if you guys noticed, but in every bedroom and in the lobby are pictures of World War airplanes.
Well, yeah, because it used to be a landing strip. They told us that in the presentation. The property that Blue Green is on now was a run strip. A famous one. Amelia Earhart took off from that running strip.
So why-
Right where our hotel room was, she flew through our bedroom for her last flight ever. She never came back.
So why would they
that's
build
why
a
there's
hotel
pictures
there?
of her all around the hotel as well.
Why would they do that?
It's property. Vegas ain't getting any bigger.
But like, there's so many blank spaces on the strip of unfinished hotel evidence.
It's cheaper to build off the strip.
Yeah.
And the hotel is again, you're missing the point. The hotel is not designed to really be a hotel. It's designed to sell timeshares.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a commercial.
It is.
Yeah.
Every bit of it, which is also weird because I got all that, but some of the stuff was bewildering, like no parking. For a hotel that size, they had on the side there 75 parking spaces?
Yeah.
And if you weren't lucky, you were out in the boonies. Oh my God. And it was cold at
Parking
night.
was bad. I hated that you had to call for everything that you ran out of. No maid service.
No valet.
The toilet wouldn't flush. Not enough room to sleep. And they wanted me to buy it. Like, seriously, buy a share and
Yeah.
come back there. Airplanes taken off. Never. I told the lady right up front, it's never going to happen. She knew. She wasn't pushing us very hard. She basically said, I have to go get my manager. We have to go through the things, even if it doesn't fit for you. She told us that. She knew I wasn't budging. But she was like, okay, let's just go through my thing. I have to do this.
Well, here's the thing is, there's also that bit of being human to each other that people prey on, that it would be easy for us. We simply could have just said, look, F no, we want out of here. And I kept trying to be polite, which they count on, because whatever polite answer you give, they have a polite response on why it's still good for you. And it went from, I told Austin and Luna this, it went from 53 $8,000 is what it costs.
With $10,000 down.
They wanted 10 grand down. I said, you guys are crazy.
But the manager kept drawing up packets and packets and packets till it got all the way down to $7,000 with 100 and something down, like, or maybe nothing down if you qualified.
Right.
Like they were giving it away at the end, and I still was like,
towards the end, the last final offer was $700 for a single year of points to use. And I just kept saying, you're not hearing me. I don't get enough free time to even make this viable. I'm trying to be nice. I just want to go. I don't want it. And I know that their job is to sell it, and my job, if I don't want, is to say I don't want it. But there's a threshold of how many effing ways do I have to say no to you people when you promised once I said no, that would be good enough. Yeah. The paperwork says it's going to be respectful. It turned into like this mini polite argument at the end where I'm politely saying no and she's politely giving us different offers. And I just said, look, we're 30 minutes over when you said we were going to get out of here. So can we get out of here?
Oh, yeah. At that time, we went down there at like 9-something in the morning. It was afternoon.
Yeah,
and the
so
kids were hungry. I was like, I'm done.
And then what's interesting is I'm not sure why they don't time this better, but you actually go to a little window where they have you sign out and give you your gifts for sitting through that crap. But here's the thing, and you guys know this. Everybody's got a different idea of what's going to get them to sit through it. So the gifts change depending on who you are, and they don't like separate. Like, we shouldn't have seen what the person in front of us was getting. And the people behind us shouldn't have seen what we were getting, because everybody makes their own deal, but some people's deals are a little better. Ours included the discounted room, a $75 gift card, and tickets to see a show. It was a pretty good deal. The person in front of us got dinner at Aria and tickets to a Cirque du Soleil show, which was an even better deal for sitting through it. So I thought that was interesting. And I know there were people behind us who sat through it for, like, tickets to go-karts or something. Like, really funny stuff.
For everybody.
And the lady was funny when she gives me that gift card, and she says, now, Mr. Tucker, this card is going to expire in April. And I said, honey, I'm going to have this spent in an hour. What are you talking about?
And we did. We went to a wonderful lunch.
That's right. We went to Applebee's and blew the whole thing on lunch. It was lovely.
It was delicious.
It was really good. I really liked it.
Because we all got to order whatever we wanted. Drink too, which is a big bonus for our family.
We never get drinks.
Because by the time each person gets a $3 drink, it's another $25 on the bill. So we always, every restaurant, water only, everybody.
And you know what the best part of it was, right? It was pouring rain outside, so it was very relaxing.
We got appetizers. I mean, we did it up. It was nice.
And we were even able to leave a nice tip.
Because we had an awesome waiter. I loved him.
Now I get to talk about the chicken strips.
Oh, yeah. Go talk about the chicken strips, please.
So their chicken strips are actually very unique and different than other restaurants because they had them dipped in honey sauce, which made them really unique and very good. Like, I gotta recommend these chicken strips. They're really unique tasting.
Are they gourmet?
Yes, they're gourmet. It's not like the generic restaurant chicken strips, because a lot of restaurants serve the same. If I had to give the most generic definition of a restaurant where I had chicken strips that tasted like every other place, it would be Islands. Islands chicken strips were just generic. This restaurant, unique chicken strips. You can bite into any other chicken strip and say, like, if someone tried to make a clone of this, you could bite into it and say, they're trying to be Applebee's. Applebee's chicken strips are very unique.
Well, aren't they kind of like Wingstop?
Yes, very much like Wingstop.
Okay, so then we headed over to Planet Hollywood to the Miracle Mile shops to kill time.
We love the Miracle Mile
shops.
To kill time before the show.
So, the Miracle Mile shops are the mall I have to recommend. In the past, it would have been the Caesar's Palace Forum shops, but they closed everything down that was good. There's no reason to go there anymore. You should hit the Miracle Mile. Great stores. They have some really unique stores. They have a presidential store that's made to look like the White House, where you can buy merchandise of all the candidates and also stuff that makes you look like a Secret Service member.
Or that you've stayed at the White House. You can buy soap, lotion.
that was the cool stuff. Is you can get like White House soap, White House toilet paper.
And you can take a picture at the podium and pretend to be the president.
Yep.
I had a funny conversation with a guy who worked there.
I don't think he liked us. He thought our family was wackadoodle. I could tell.
We are, but that's okay.
But most people, I'm just used to that being embraced. Most people, they're like, you guys are so cool. Your family's so different. I love your family. So when we get the opposite, it's really sad. I don't like that. People are mean.
The best decision I made this Vegas was wearing cat ears on the strip. Because, wow, people really, really liked the cat ears.
So I talked to the guy at the store, and I asked him, because they have bobbleheads, and it said, bobbleheads of all the candidates. And they had Trump, Clinton, Obama, and then, like, Teddy Roosevelt, Benjamin Franklin, and I said, where are the other candidate bobbleheads? And he goes, oh, they won't make those until they actually become the candidate. I said, so unless Bernie Sanders becomes the actual Democratic nominee, he doesn't get a bobblehead, or unless Ted Cruz. I just thought that was interesting. Like, it seems as if in the minds of the people who are there to make money off of the election, their minds are already made up of what people want.
Well, they know what ones are going to sell. They have to obviously not get stuck with ones that are going to be on clearance because the candidate never even got picked to be a candidate.
But according to Facebook, everybody wants a Bernie Sanders bobblehead because he's like the most popular candidate.
So why not have
among the
merchandise
people
if
we
he's
know?
gonna sell?
As a candidate and forgotten about in a year.
It's so interesting.
Like, oh my God, they had shelves and shelves of Hillary Clinton stuff. Who's gonna buy all this?
I have no idea.
Clinton's a shoo-in because obviously she's going to be a candidate, and even if she wasn't, she's married to a president, so she's already been in our life for so long.
I'm not talking about who's going to win the election.
I'm
I'm talking merchandise-wise. Who can you make the most money off of? Trump, I get because he's talked about a lot. You'd want to crank out action figures of him. Bernie's also talked a lot, so wouldn't you want to crank out stuff too, so you can make that extra money? These people who are making this merchandise could care less about who's president. They're just there to make a quick buck.
It doesn't matter who the candidate. They just want to make the money.
Yeah.
That's why there's Trump toilet paper and Hillary Clinton toilet paper. It's just so silly.
Because like the same company has two T-shirts. One says "Dump the Trump." One says "I love the Trump" by the same company.
Oh yeah, no.
They don't care.
Anybody, if it's about making money, it doesn't matter. Okay, so
the Western Milk Mall we got to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
I went to this anime store, and they had the Nekonami ears, which are the moving cat ears that you attach to your head that move by your brainwaves.
Did you catch a vibe that girl was hitting on you or not? I couldn't tell.
I thought she was a lesbian. Maybe she thought Austin was a girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all true. You kids are all gray.
The whole trip, everybody thought Austin was a girl.
Everywhere.
How many bathrooms did you get kicked out of this trip?
I think 3.
They're like,
That's
Miss.
pretty good for a 4-day trip.
And I think I got called ma'am 2 to 3 times. And on top of the 3 restrooms, different times.
And then poor Luke is like, nobody calls me a girl, I just want to be called a girl, and he gets it everywhere he goes.
You know this is a men's restroom. This is a boys' restroom. You know you're in the men's restroom. I would run in, huffing and puffing and saying, where's the men's restroom? I need the key now. And he said, you mean the women's restroom? No, I need the men's restroom. Okay. And I'm like, just give me the key. Stop questioning me. I have to go. No joke. That really happened. Oh my God. Why is it so important to them? Just give me the restroom key.
Because they don't want somebody going in there and taking a peep, I guess. Are you going to peep on people?
No.
You going to peep their bods?
No. I just gotta go.
So then we got in line for our show at the V Theater at the Miracle Mile. And this is where Josie had a weird moment where she didn't understand the big statue of the stripper.
Okay, I do not understand because...
Well, just set the scene. What is it?
Okay, it's this huge statue of a blonde lady wearing some weird clothes.
She's wearing a mini skirt and she's holding a pole because it's the Showgirl Bar.
And
you can walk under her legs to go inside.
And the line is right under her, so you can look up her skirt and see underwear, which I didn't understand why they needed to paint that on.
They painted underwear on, which you can't figure out. What would you have preferred?
I don't know. Do what action figures do, like make the plastic go under there so that we can look under.
But I'm trying to explain to you, it's Vegas. People want to look under.
Well, then
they
weird.
Need to look under.
They're weird and loners.
It's human curiosity. Women too. And here's the thing: when they walk over to get a picture and they like pose, and this is women, then they look up and see that the underwear is painted there. They have a laugh. It's supposed to be funny.
It's not funny. It's awkward and weird.
That same statue was on a pair of socks at the sock market at the Mandalay Bay store.
And then Rachel got a frozen strawberry daiquiri from the bar.
Yummy.
Which you needed because your foot was hurting you.
I was in a lot of pain because we had walked a lot. So I was in desperate need of something.
So we went in the V Theater. We had 5 tickets. This is they're about $50 a ticket. This is about a $250 event for us. And the aisles were tiny. The theater was not very big. And for a moment I thought, oh, the kids are going to make us walk out of here. There's not going to be anything on the stage that's going to hold their attention for an hour and a half, right? And instead, what happened?
It was so much fun.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great show. The host is amazing.
Wally Eastwood comes out and does a self-deprecating act about how he's not doing what he wants. He's stuck in this little... It was very, very funny. And he's a very good juggler. Very, very talented. And then we saw... Do you remember who we saw? We saw a street dancer.
We saw one that can like move his
Yeah.
body.
He's all twisting around.
Yeah.
Then we saw a hula hooper.
And then there was roller skaters.
Well, that's at the end.
But
There
yeah,
were
roller
hula
skaters.
hoopers, yeah.
There's drummers that ended up to be comedians.
The crazy
Yes.
gauchos, which turned out to me they were the funniest part of the show
They were good.
because they were so weird. And then
The village people.
there was the guys.
The midgets on their knees.
They were in bags with just the front part of their body showing, made into puppets, and it looked like that trailer for Willy Wonka, the musical, where the Oompa Loompas are done in
Yeah.
that style. And they did a Village People medley.
It was
It was
funny.
very funny. Then there were 2 men contortionists that are on
They
your
were
cup.
crazy good.
Yeah, they were great.
The guy was on the other guy's head
Balancing.
using just his hand. It was really, really weird.
I couldn't look at that. I was scared one of them was going to fall on top
Yeah,
of
well,
each
that's how
other.
the roller skaters were to me. I mean, they were going so fast in circles on such a little platform and balancing her like on his neck and spinning her through the air on roller skates. I thought they were going to go flying through the audience.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We saw Wally Eastwood juggle balls on an organ
That was amazing.
That
to
was
play a
awesome.
song.
That was amazing.
He caught frisbee hoops that were thrown from the audience.
That was funny.
He juggled hats. It was very funny. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show.
So that was the end of our Tuesday. We're only at Tuesday, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Wednesday's easy though because Wednesday we got up.
No, you're forgetting about a part, actually.
What did I miss?
You missed the part where I didn't sleep. I stayed up the whole night.
Wait, you missed one other part.
What did I
about
miss?
Tuesday. We went to the pool.
Yeah, you did miss it.
Went
that
to
was
the pool.
Josie's favorite part of the whole trip.
Because
Okay, so
because
they
we
had an indoor pool.
The only good thing that Club 36 has to offer.
Not to mention that was January and it was raining, but somehow we still got in the pool.
indoor pool, heated,
Yep.
It was
beautiful.
awesome.
We were the only ones there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Had it all to ourselves for an hour.
The hour went by too fast.
It always does when you're having fun.
But we had so much else to do, we only had an hour to give.
But it was a good time, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Wednesday morning we got up. We went to Dunkin' Donuts.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
We went to the outlet mall there.
Oh, I love that
Yes.
outlet. We've never been to that mall before. I'm so glad we found it because we were looking for the Disney outlet store, which used to be located in the parking lot, its own little store. We went out of business. The spot was empty, but it was still showing on our phones that it was there and open. So we thought maybe it's inside that outlet mall over there. So we parked and went in, and it was. And a lot of other cool stores. And you wouldn't let us stay there very long because we were supposed to have the big strip day, so we didn't have time.
Time
to
was
give it.
ticking like
But
like
next
the
time,
battery on your
I'm
phone.
going to remember that mall is a must on the list to spend time at.
Good times. And they even had a Dippin' Dots stall.
Stand,
was
not even a
amazing.
cart or a little machine. It was a full stand.
He's running again.
What are you doing now?
I found a Pikmin.
He got a Pikmin
A Pikmin plushie.
at the Toys R Us outlet.
Inside the mall.
Do you know how long I've wanted Pikmin plushies for? These things came out in Japan in 2001. I got into the game much later, though, because I discovered it with Smash Bros. Brawl in 2008.
Well, you couldn't have got into it in 2001 because you'd have been 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke at least waited till he was 2 to play video games. So you got a Pikmin.
Yes.
All right, and your life's complete now.
Yep.
Okay.
It's done.
Then we hit the Strip. We parked at Excalibur while we can before they start charging $10 to park. Ridiculous. And we went to the Fun Dungeon.
We love the Fun Dungeon.
Now, normally, we go and get a ticket book and play a bunch of games, but the woman at the front desk says, sir, those are only for people checking in. And I'm like, lady, I just said I was going to spend a bunch of money at your hotel using your coupon book, and you just told me no. How stupid is that? If you ask for a coupon book, oh my God, yes, sir. Here's a coupon book. Please, because every dollar you spend...
There's no free in the coupon book.
Oh, yeah, there's no free.
Buy something and we'll give you this. So
yeah.
It's not money.
I was shocked. I was like, well, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you, but normally it's not a problem to get that coupon book. But here's what we found. You can take $20 down to the Fun Dungeon and play a bunch of games and end up literally with nothing. Or they just put in these... play until you win claw machines.
Best invention ever. You're basically just buying a stuffed animal.
Normally, play until you win is just candy. But these were actual plush. And what play until you win means is the claw has been recalibrated so that when it closes, it doesn't reopen. It falls into the hopper and actually clamps so you can win something. Yeah. Guaranteed. Well, I was using it to get more than one prize. Because if you see the ones that are lying on top of each other, so I put $20 in, and how much did you end up with?
I ended up with 10 stuffed animals.
10 stuffed animals that normally would have cost us at least $50 or $60 trying to win them.
Yep.
And you got a flower and some bears and dragons. And last year's trip to the Excalibur Fun Dungeon wasn't very good. And this year's was probably the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I just say the best stuffed animal, even though it was like probably one of the tiniest, was the one that I won because so there was this like you shoot the little button and the pirate ship goes.
Oh, you're talking about the water race
yes.
game. Yeah. You beat your mom.
Yes, so I actually won that stuffed animal.
Oh, so. What? Okay. So then we made the trek back. We took the monorail from Excalibur to Mandalay Bay and then made the trek back, which is how we get our exercise and see the sights. We had to endure something called the sock market.
Oh, God.
What is the allure of the sock store?
They have every sock you could ever wanted. They just have amazing socks.
I wear white socks. I got them.
It doesn't matter what your favorite animal is. If you want it to look like a shark is eating your leg, they got it. Like, they have great socks.
They took out the Urban Outfitters store that was gone.
Yeah.
That was kind of a bummer.
That is a bummer.
We saw Steve Garvey signing autographs on a Wednesday, which is pretty interesting, in the autograph store, which was pretty cool.
In there. Yeah.
Then we ended up at Luxor where we had lunch. We had pizza and hamburgers and played a few slot machines. Did okay. That was fun. Then we headed over to New York. Now, I played the My Vegas phone app slot machine, and you can actually turn in your points for prizes at the hotel. So I went down to the player's desk, turned in my code, and got a voucher for $10 off Starbucks. That's playing a video game translating directly to real goods. So we had Frappuccinos and paid hardly anything for them. Even though, now get this, the Frappuccino at New York, $7.25. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
Most expensive Starbucks I've ever seen. Even more expensive than San Diego Comic-Con. I couldn't believe it. And you know what? Funny enough, there was no line. I can't believe it. There's a Starbucks every 10 feet. Why would they charge so much? Maybe because they're giving out those vouchers. I don't know. So then we walked over to MGM Grand. We found MGM Grand in complete disaster. Construction everywhere. The Rainforest Cafe gone. The Lions gone. Debris. Just really an ugly hotel right now. Walked to the CBS store for a waste of time. And then ended up at your guys' favorite stop on the Strip.
The Grand Canyon Gift Shop.
What's the deal with this thing?
There is no better prices for souvenirs for your typical tchotchke. I went to Vegas and I brought you back this crappy 99-cent keychain. I love that kind of stuff. I love to bring all my friends little gifts, and yeah, I just love it.
It's one of those places where one item is $2, but 3 items is $4.
Yeah, the more you buy,
so
you have to watch all the sales. 3 for this, 4 for that, 2 for that.
Yeah.
I did it all.
My favorite were the calendars, which were $3.98 or $5.98 for 6.
Yes.
My personal favorite was the sunglasses, 3 for $6 or 1 for $6.
Yeah. And then we didn't even go to the M&M or Coke store next door. Your foot.
My foot was killing.
You'd had enough.
Didn't have it in me this trip.
Your foot must have really been hurting because we've never missed those stores.
I know it was hard, but I'm getting old and I have to admit defeat.
Have to say, the street people that hawk for money down there, you think they can't get any worse, and then they do. Like, it's just a weird.
But everyone loved Austin on the Strip.
Everyone loves. Oh yeah, Josie, you want to give the chant of the woman on the bridge? She was selling water bottles.
She was like, "Don't let dehydration ruin your vacation."
And she was like, "Don't let dehydration ruin your vacation. I effing love you. Don't let dehydration." Yeah, it was weird.
Even the bums, like the total homeless people that looked crazy, would suddenly come to life and go, "Cool ears, cool this." Like Austin's like walking around with a little rock star.
The winner was the guy who was holding up the water bottle for money and went, "Hey, what are you, Felix the cat?"
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some strangers, and the thing with the street performers is that they're all sort of connected. You know, there's people that run back and forth. How are you doing? Who's doing? It just comes across really, really seedy. And here's the thing: like we watched that documentary about the ones that used to be on Hollywood Boulevard, and the girl dressed as Wonder Woman really looked like Wonder Woman, and the guy dressed as Batman really looked like George Clooney dressed as Batman. The heroes we saw were some of the, like, they wouldn't even let you in Comic-Con in these outfits. They were Transformer costumes, and now that Transformers isn't popular, had been painted to be Iron Man. Like it was Bumblebee. And Hulk, but they were so obviously Transformers that it was oh god, they were so ugly.
It's not like a crossover thing with a Transformer as Bumblebee. It was just a guy dressed as the Hulk, and his stomach just happened to be Bumblebee's torso with abs painted on it.
Yeah, oh my god. And the Batman, he looked like a deflated balloon. The cowl was so tight around his neck. He had no black eye makeup. He hadn't shaved. He was like, "Hey man, you want a picture with Batman?" I'm like, "I don't know who you are. I know Batman, sir, and you, sir, are no Batman."
His logo was attached to his cape, though he was too skinny for it, so the logo was hovering in front of him.
Yeah, he was way too skinny. He was like somebody playing dress up, but like the thought of taking a picture with him and giving him money for a goof might have been good, but on principle alone, you can't reward that kind of idiocy. That kind of idiocy you have to let lie on the ground for a while and simmer in the sun, because I'm not going to legitimize it by giving him $1. Ew, ew, ew. We also learned a valuable lesson that the lobby to book a room at the MGM Grand is nowhere near the Strip.
Yeah.
Because we went out that door thinking we were going to be on the Strip, and we were not on the Strip.
That was a long walk around, especially on such a sore foot.
Yes, it was. So then we did something really strange. We decided to go to Trump Plaza, Trump Hotel, to go to their gift shop just as a goof. And we did not have any idea that Trump himself was about to go into town. So the whole hotel was on lockdown.
Yeah, it was crazy. They wouldn't valet your car. You had to go to a special side. Then you get up to the hotel and they said, unless you're a guest, you ain't getting anywhere near it right now.
It was very strange. So we just were like, we
have VIP coming in. VIP. Well, what? Gee,
who's the VIP? So
I mean, it's on the news.
It wasn't a VIP.
The Fox 5 News. Donald Trump coming into town to speak at South Point tomorrow.
Now we weren't there to see Trump speak or anything, so it just was odd. Like we're just gonna back away slowly, like Homer into the bushes. We're just gonna back away slowly.
There's something I'm missing here, though. I had to go to the bathroom really badly, and they wouldn't let me use it.
No.
Trump had literally built a wall around the West Room.
There you go. The wall works, Austin. You couldn't get in. We are going to build this wall to keep Austin from using the tinkle machine. Right, ma'am?
I've never gone to a Western before where an FBI Secret Service member with like stuff in his ear and the sunglasses says, "But you're not getting in."
It's not happening.
Not happening.
So we dropped everyone back at the hotel because Rachel and I did something. Again, this is a trip of firsts. What did we do, Rachel?
We went to see the Purple Rain Prince impersonator.
We went to see a Prince impersonator at the Westgate, which used to be the Hilton. If you take the Hilton and just put like duct tape over the logo and write Westgate, it's the Westgate apparently. Very sad hotel. Star Trek has been turned into a sports book. I remember when they closed Star Trek, they said, well, we're going to put in an ultra lounge because that's what makes money. And we walked there and it was just a sports book. Just a stupid, run-of-the-mill 1975 sports book. Stupid. So instead, we had a nice meal at
We had a great meal.
Japanese restaurant. It was beautiful.
The Silk House or Silk Road House or something.
And really then we went and saw Purple Rain, REIGN, Rain, and a little nervous because there was only about 20 people in the audience.
It was, Wednesday night.
Nobody there. They seated us like right next to these old ladies, front row.
Like literally, you might as well be on stage with the man.
And I thought this might be the kind of thing that only works from the back, But instead, you know what? This guy came out and
he rocked
he wasn't Prince, but he was celebrating Prince. And it looked like he was having such a good time doing it.
I felt that he was Prince. I felt he picked up the hand gestures, the looks, I don't even think he was a black man, to be honest, if you took off the
I think it was a white guy.
I don't know.
He was great, though.
But he was definitely someone that has done his homework.
Oh, he knew everything. You know what? I turned to Rachel at one point and I said, Michael Jackson's pretty easy to make fun of and to do an impersonation. Prince is much more subtle.
Yeah.
You have to really watch him because you don't see Prince on everything like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And this guy nailed. He had the drops to the floor, the little hand flourishes, the attitude.
There was some work done on this show.
Yeah, so he opened with Let's Go Crazy, and then they did Kiss, and then during Kiss, like, this hot dancer girl comes out. So you're like, oh, it's not just... Because I thought it was just a static concert. I really did.
Me too.
And it turned out to be actually a show.
Yeah.
Because the girl comes out, and she bops around, and they dance. He does all the tongue things and the guitar stuff. And then he came out as... He had a guy come out as Jerome from the time.
And he shifted
to be Morris Day.
Yeah, they were amazing.
He had the right jackets, all the right clothes.
They had the dances down.
Jerome had the mirror.
Yeah, it was
and the handkerchief.
So cool.
So at that point, it was like, this is fun. They're doing Jungle Love and all that. And then the lights go out. Yep. The lights come up, and now there's 3 women wearing capes.
And you know instantly what they're going to do.
You lost your mind.
Because that was the best part of the whole show to me, because I wasn't expecting it. Freaking Vanity 6.
Vanity 6 is there.
How many times have I stood in my bedroom or stood in my front room with my 2 nieces and we pretended to do that scene and that dance?
Him and Jerome did all the dialogue when they go, my time is very valuable. Yeah. I want to see some asses in the air. Wow! And then they did Sex Shooter with their capes and everything.
My direction.
It was very entertaining. And then once the Morris Day thing ended, he came out as Prince again with the puppet.
Yes.
And he goes, you guys are
That was my
here.
only thing. He had the perfect shirt from that scene in the movie, the white that's bunched up one.
Yeah.
He had that shirt. He didn't wear it in his puppet scene. He switched to the black.
Well, yeah,
I think
because
it was because of the order of the songs.
It's the order of the songs.
Yeah,
it's also... He doesn't dress himself. Jerome dresses him.
But I'm like, run and put the white shirt on. I need to see it. I need the visual.
But he had the puppet, and he's like,
yeah.
You guys are out here dancing to Morris Day. I don't like it. It was really, really funny.
Dialogue from the movie.
And then he rocked out with some riff, and he asked this drunk, you recognize it? And the drunk goes, yeah. And he goes, you're lying because I just made it up.
It was so funny.
It was pretty funny. They rocked out with Darling Nikki and raspberry beret, and the girl came out with a raspberry beret on. It was all really, really cute.
I danced
a lot of
my
fun.
booty off, and I didn't care if I was in the front row. And if you didn't want to dance, then you didn't get to see because I blocked you.
It was about 85 minutes worth of show. They ended with a really long version of Purple Rain, which was really good. It was worth every penny that I paid through Groupon to see them.
I wish I could have got a T-shirt, but they only made like junior size women's shirts. And by junior, like the extra large may have fit Austin. Like they were the tiniest little shirts I've ever seen.
They make shirts for small people.
Yeah, but the women in that audience were all middle-aged women who 30 years ago, this was their man. We're all the same.
The funniest part of the show...
look like that. Make it for your fans.
The funniest part was there was a gun show in town, so there were a bunch of guys down front dressed in like military work to sell guns with a girl with them, and she actually had to get up and go behind them because she wanted to dance, and they kept telling her to sit down.
She was with the dry party. You could tell she just kept staring over at us. She wanted to join us so bad.
Yeah, because we were dancing and singing along,
yelling out "Darling Nikki" at the same time. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a good time. The keyboardist was dressed as a doctor.
I mean, they had it down. They did. They just didn't have Apollonia.
There's only one Apollonia.
Yeah, they could have got some.
You have to be cleansed in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. That's not Lake Minnetonka.
That just made me want to watch Purple Rain.
Yeah, you just want to do Morris Day and go, how's the family?
They needed Wendy and Lisa.
So
that would have helped too.
At the end, they all go out front and you can meet them. And Rachel we had a picture taken and he signed the picture and he just started talking to you about Star Wars.
Well, my Princess Leia and my R2-D2 are on my back, and I don't normally wear a backless shirt. But this occasion for you, I wore a very crazy out there black and white striped, like totally spandex dress. That wasn't much to it. So he's got to see all my ink. So yeah, he started the conversation about Star Wars. Boy, I've never seen someone so angry. Oh,
he just does. Man, I hated that new Star Wars movie.
He just want to talk forever. Like he was holding up the line. You could tell the photographer was getting mad.
Finally, someone. Yes,
we were pretty early in the line. There was a long line behind us.
You guys can have your opinions. I'm gonna side with Prince.
I'm siding with Prince, and here's what I think now. After seeing the movie again, thinking I'd be light on myself, the new Star Wars movie, it wasn't meh. It sucked.
So he also loved my Bowie tattoo, but he gave me that little Bowie, not Prince. And my Prince is still alive.
That's right.
Prince is worthy of a tattoo too. Let me tell you, it scares me now that I'm older and all of my heroes are dying.
Is he really still alive?
Yes.
Prince?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Of course.
Oh my God.
So,
shame you, child. Shame you.
There was one weird.
Morning in purple? No.
There was one weird moment at the West Gate. We pulled up to valet, and I got out of the car, and the guy said, "Hi, what are you folks? Are you checking in or whatever?" I said, "No, we're here to see a show." He goes, "Oh, and your last name? Tucker." So he writes the T on the valet slip. I didn't think nothing of it because they all do that. We walk in the hotel, and there's a representative from the hotel, and he says, "Hello, Mrs. Tucker. How you guys doing? You here to see a show? Let me direct you to the box office." And I went, did that guy just call us by name? Because I don't know him.
Yeah, that's really cool how that worked.
So apparently the valet's wired for sound, so the guy in the door can immediately
coming and what you're there
for. You know what?
It's the best service ever.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I love that.
Why doesn't
all do that?
Why doesn't everybody have that? Yeah. I didn't have to ask where the box office was. I didn't have to ask where the theater was.
Greeting you by your name. I love it.
It was very, very nice, very professional, and a time where using technology like that really
because it was
works.
Very old school feel because of the manners and the way things used to be back in the old days. Yet it was technology that made it happen. So if the world as a whole could find a way to use technology to do things like that.
No, we use technology to post cat videos and yell about political candidates.
That was great though. I love that.
Yeah, so it was good. The show was good. We were exhausted. We head back because Thursday we had to check out. We got up early Thursday morning. We had Pop-Tarts in the room because it had a toaster. And we hit the biggest Vegas institution you can, Savers.
Yay!
Savers Thrift Store, which was ridiculous because we had no room in the car.
Yeah, we were so... Our poor bag boy is like, okay, we could do this. I'm like, are you sure? Because we picked up my bags and we were laughing. He's like, he knew all of us were barely fitting in that car and that our trunk was small. But he's like, we'll get it to fit. Because I was starting to get a little stressed with how much we'd shopped. It was already full the day we left here.
Yeah.
The suitcase.
So
But
we crammed
did
it.
We got it in.
And it did affect shopping at the thrift store, though, because
yeah, you couldn't buy very much.
I couldn't buy much. I just
and then
couldn't.
the whole trip home, because we stop at Victorville Mall, we do all that stuff, and it's like, where are we gonna put the stuff? I looked so ridiculous by the time we were finally home.
Yeah.
I had no feet room at all. I was sitting in a little crunched Indian style, holding bags, could barely see over them. Like, it was just crazy.
So after that, we finally had our first and only buffet of the trip
And it was amazing.
at Silverton,
I
right outside
loved
the
it.
city.
Oh my god.
How was the buffet, Josie?
It was so delicious.
Yeah.
But
And
I got the hugest stomach.
The
And the
choices,
service was really
the
good too.
waitress was so good. If I could have been a rich person and done one of those $50, $100 tips and just said paying it forward just because, I wish I could have done it. We gave more than we normally do because I really liked her.
I don't normally tip ever at a buffet, but I made a point. The service was so good.
She was so. I thought she was going to set the table. I'm like,
Hand scooped ice cream for dessert.
Yeah.
It was
See, they had
so
coffee flavor. It was like
good.
Baskin Robbins up in there.
They had mini M&Ms, the best thing
I was
to put
mad
on
because I
ice
couldn't
cream.
fit in the brownie and the cakes. They look so good.
Everything looked
I
so
hope this meal is never
delicious.
over.
And they brewed you. She went and made a coffee pot, brewed coffee for me in Austin. There was like their coffee made up sitting out there all day for you to take. It'd be a while because I'm gonna go brew you some coffee. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so that was very good. And then we did. Silverton was under construction too, so their aquarium mermaid show wasn't going.
But they had sharks in full force, more than I've ever seen in that tank. And we got to watch the divers feed them, and that was amazing.
Awesome. They even posed for pictures.
Yes,
they
and
are
then
great.
you did the Bass Pro Shop.
My favorite store in the world.
It
Where-
was awesome.
In the middle of January, you made the unbelievable purchase of flip flops.
Oh, really good flip flops. That's why I got them so cheap.
When
on
did
clearance.
thongs become flip flops? Thongs used to be flip flops.
Thongs are underwear? I don't know what you're talking
Thongs
about.
became underwear. When I was a kid, you put your thongs on. Go
It's
put
been
your,
a flip flop
They only
since
say
I
that in
was in the
Australia.
70s.
my family used to call them
England.
thongs because they
we
go
call
between
them-
your toes.
Well, your family wasn't white trash from the South, apparently, because we call them flip flops.
No, we didn't call them flip flops.
Why are they
That's
called
weird.
flip flops?
Because you flip flop when you walk. You make that noise.
Because you can't decide on your what the issue
Flip
is. You
flops are
flip
the
flop
best
on the
shoes
issues.
in the world. I don't care what anyone says. If I had had those at the beginning, I did not take flip flops because it was January in Vegas, and I regretted it because I've never been on a trip that I've had more trouble with my feet and have been in more pain until the very last day when I bought those flip flops. Suddenly, it was like the gates had opened and I was myself again. I'm born to be barefoot or flip flops. It's just the way it is. Next
Okay.
time, I don't care when we go. I'm in flip flops.
You also bought a large assortment of gummies.
And candy. They always have good candy there.
They have Smarties.
They have everything.
And we,
Smarties.
yes, and so I played a few table games, slot machines. One that Rick West recommended called Zumi or Zuma, which I didn't do very well on, and then Wonka, which I did pretty good. I did good on Wonka almost all week. Wonka and Britney Spears. Britney Spears,
God.
Josie.
that was boring. That's the only time I got to play was Britney Spears on our date.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we didn't win anything.
You got Britney
I
Spears
got sick of looking at
leggings.
her over and over again.
You can never get tired of
Oh,
looking at
you
Britney
can.
Spears.
Oh, yes, you can.
She's not for me.
When you cash out, it changes her picture from the toxic video and she winks at you. It's great.
Great.
Isn't it great?
Oh, my God. He's so weird.
So the Bass Pro Shop, we headed out, got the heck out of Dodge, left Vegas behind. The next stop was Baker at the country store again to use the restroom. And then Barstow to get a Starbucks, right?
I met a nice man there. I hope he made it home okay.
You met a guy who could only drive 30 miles in his car.
He had car trouble. He had broke down in Vegas, so the mechanic there, because he couldn't afford to spend the money that needed to be done on the car until he got back, gets back home. So he did what he could do to get it home for him, but he told him it needed to have a break every 30 to 40
Right.
minutes. So
Austin,
he stopped every stop.
He'd
along
drive
the way.
30 minutes and then stop for a while. I called him Starman. Matt
He
Damon.
was great though. We shared a charging outlet and talked
Yes.
for a bit.
Oh,
And-
I get it now.
And then
Okay.
I said, well, we'll probably see you in Victorville. But he must have not did the mall. He probably
Yeah,
went to Starbucks
the
today.
desert swallowed him up like the TIE fighter.
No, he was a nice guy. I liked him.
And so then we hit the Victorville Mall.
Yeah!
Victorville Mall.
Oh my God! Who
Better
knew?
than any mall in California.
Talk about the
by
Victorville
us.
Mall for a second.
Like, Like, okay.
Why do the people in the middle of nowhere need such a good mall? I don't understand it.
Can I just
We're
say,
in a big city. We should
they
have cool
like,
malls.
They have like the little, like, for 10
We have
minutes,
Buena Park Mall.
you can ride on this horse, like, or all animals across the store. You can do your
Yeah,
shopping.
you can rent animals that are full size. They hold up to like 200 and some pounds. Even adults can ride them. And you can just casually stroll all over the mall with elephants, tigers, and bears.
That's really cool.
It's really cool. But besides that, they just happen to have every store I love all in one place.
They have Claire's and Justice.
Look.
Our mall doesn't have anything. Our mall doesn't even have a Hot Topic.
Our mall doesn't
How are you
even have
supposed
a
to live?
Justice. Our mall does not have a Justice.
Look, they have a bookstore.
They have a bookstore.
They win.
They have everything.
They have a colossal Barnes and
I'm
Noble.
moving to
Really good
Victorville.
one.
The Barnes & Noble had no reaction figures. It was a complete bust.
Or the cosplay magazine.
Oh.
But they had a very friendly, cute little register girl that I liked very much.
But
They
they
had
did
a magazine
have.
for girls made by girls. It was
They
so
did.
awesome.
They did have a cosplay coffee table book I'm reading right now.
yes,
I
they
just
did.
finished the entire thing.
And I got a
And-
Entertainment Weekly tribute magazine that's all Bowie. But I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But I knew Entertainment Weekly would do a tribute magazine, so I looked for it and found it. I'm excited.
It's a great book. It's better than any of the drawing reference that were in the draw books for this cosplay magazine. And it doesn't have any tutorials like the magazine. It's just pictures. I've noticed 2 mistakes so far. They mixed up characters, and it says in this chapter, take a look at our Night Vale cosplay, and there's no Night Vale cosplay.
Maybe that's a play on Night Vale being missing.
And one of my pages is messed up, which is kind of sad. But oh well. I mean, this section right here,
You're going to read it till it falls apart. Remember your old
Yeah.
Star Wars
Yes.
collectible price guide?
This
Steve
section-
Stamps Suite
this-
fell apart from you reading it so much.
this section right here, in one section, talks about, oh god, it's got so much. It's like, Jesus. Cyberpunk, Victorian steampunk, Fories, Homestuck, and Welcome to Night Vale, and it links them all together.
Oh, it's the greatest ever.
That is
Okay.
so weird.
So then we tried to go to Hobby
Yeah,
Lobby.
nice. Oh, yeah.
Hobby Lobby closes at 8,
Yeah,
apparently.
I guess in Victorville, their hours are a little off. I mean, who closes at 8?
Went to Toys R Us, and I spent a little bit of money on some stuff. Found a Wonder Woman doll, finally, from
And
the
I
new
got
movie.
to charge for a few minutes.
Got to charge. Yeah, always about charging. Went to Chili's, and while we ate dinner, you charged again.
I was smart this time. As soon as we got there, I asked the hostess, is there somewhere my phone can charge while I'm eating my meal? And I got all the way back up to 100%, which is how I was able to have a phone for the last hour and a half drive home and got to make plans with Elizabeth West. So I'm so glad.
I was hoping your phone would die, so you'd have to talk to me on the way home.
I talked to you and Elizabeth at the same time.
Yeah.
I am multi-talented.
So we pulled into Buena Park around 11:15, 11:30 at night.
Yeah, longest
loaded to
trip
the
from
gills,
Vegas ever.
exhausted, and memories of the trip. Anyone? Josie, going swimming.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Yeah, Rachel.
My tattoo.
Yeah, Austin.
I be honest, the wall around Trump's bathroom is probably the funniest thing ever. And this book's great because I completely forgot to mention it also ties in mermaids and wave culture into Homestuck Night Vale steampunk.
Oh my god. Lou? Luna?
So much
You've lost
going on.
me.
I don't know. Getting home.
Getting
That's
home.
your favorite part? Well, let's
I was
all
sick
fairness,
all
he was
weekend.
sick. He was sick the trip, so that kind of sucked for him. He didn't feel well the whole time.
I really liked the outlet mall we went to.
Yeah, me too.
We gotta go back there next
I
year.
enjoyed the blue-green sales pitch. I learned a lot about
Yeah.
vacations.
KFC.
Purple Rain,
Yeah.
was that your highlight?
Purple Rain
We
was
had
a lot
good
of
time
fun. Yeah,
there.
the variety show was great. The
Yep.
Purple Rain show was
Both
great.
of our shows were good this
I had a
time.
good time golfing at Kiss. It was good. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun. We didn't go to the Strip a lot. The Strip was a mess because they're filming the new Bourne movie, so the Riviera was completely.
Most of the road was shut down.
Oh, they had blockades.
Between that and Trump being in town, it was just crazy.
A lot of the because the Strip was closed, traffic everywhere was bad. So getting
even
around
the
was pretty
side
bad.
streets, even if you went into like neighborhoods and
Right.
normal parts of Vegas that wouldn't normally have traffic, it all had traffic.
If you're one of those people that flies into town to use taxis, you
luck.
got screwed because taxis were just sitting in traffic
Yeah.
everywhere, every side street, Flamingo, Paradise, Tropicana, Koval,
It's
you name it.
all- Yeah.
A lot of conventions in town, people with lanyards everywhere. Our hotel, 2 elevators, only 1 working.
Oh, when the bellboy on the day we checked out, we were finally talking. He said, "Yeah, it broke down on New Year's Eve."
New Year's Eve, huh?
Yep.
They've had 3 weeks to fix
Yep.
it. That's unacceptable.
Yep.
There should be somebody out the next day, whatever it takes to get it fixed.
I didn't think he was ever going to be able to get that luggage thing to fit in with anybody. We went down. We finally gave up and said, we're going down to the lobby. We'll meet you when you can ever get our luggage down there. But I didn't think he was ever going to get,
Right.
He kept letting people go first, but
Right.
it never ended.
And then during our sales pitch, they loaded one of those onto the elevator with us full of building materials. You
Yeah,
remember that?
empty
And she kept
boxes.
apologizing. And you could tell the salespeople were pissed because the elevator would stop and they couldn't fit in to take their
Yeah.
customers anywhere. It was, one elevator for that hotel was ridiculous.
Just another thing on the long list of things that didn't go well for poor Club 36.
Club 36, right. So we're going to 86, Club 36.
Yep.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. This is a mammoth episode. It looks like nearly an hour and a half or longer of our Vegas wrap-up. Are we going to go to Vegas next year?
Yes.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Well, now we have more reasons to go. I mean, thank God that lady suckered us for a sales pitch because we were really discouraged last year. I thought we
Yeah.
would never go to Vegas again.
And I had a great trip. This was like our usual fun old day trip.
It was classic Vegas, retro Vegas trip. And next time we gotta go to the outlet mall more. We know where to go now.
Outlet Mall. No,
the new one
no.
we found.
The new one we found.
No.
So we hit Dunkin' Donuts and the out. Okay, we didn't go on them on the same day, but the outlet mall is right next to the Dunkin' Donuts. So we hit the Dunkin' Donuts, then we go to the outlet mall.
That was the same day.
It was? No, I thought. Wait,
It
I
was
thought I had.
the outlet.
I thought I had McDonald's coffee, not Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
No, we went
Oh, okay.
right after
We have to
donuts.
celebrate Vegas alone. Alone Vegas, where everybody explores Vegas in their own
Boy,
individual
would
way.
those be some stories. Mine would be cut from the show because it wouldn't be able to be aired.
What does that mean? You're going to rob a bank? Get picked up for soliciting? What's going to happen?
Mine would be R-rated.
Okay,
It'd be
well,
part of the Joey Bryan trip.
thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a good time listening to our ridiculous vacation story. I am Jeff. I am the voice of 91 Reasons. I am joined by the Tucker family here.
Josie?
Rachel?
Austin.
Luna.
And even though we stayed at Club 36, we could have vandalized it to say Club 91 Reasons.
Thanks for listening to 91 Reasons. Please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. Find us on Facebook. Is anyone even still listening?